Today's welcome address will be delivered by Aaron Paul. Aaron has been actively involved in various aspects of the Iona Prep community. He is the president of the Prep Readers, the National Honor Society, and the co-president of the Science National Honor Society. He also serves as writer for the Daily Gale newspaper and the co-vice president of the Chemistry Club and the Nutrition for Fruition Club. He is a member of the Leadership Committee and a Gold Team Peer Minister. He is also a student in Iona Prep Science Research Program and a high school researcher in Dr. Michael Shakarjan's lab at New York Medical College through the Selective STAR program. Outside of the prep, Aaron is a concert pianist who has competed and been recognized at several international competitions. Academically, Aaron is a STEP student and finishes his time here at the prep with 9 AP classes. He will be pursuing a career in medicine and will be attending the Rensselaer Polytech Institute Albany Medical College Accelerated Physician Scientist Program in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aaron Paul.
Good morning. Brother Lito, Mr. Daly, Dr. Casella, Dr. D'Alfonso, Father Justin, distinguished guests, Iona Prep faculty, teachers, and staff, parents, family, and friends, and of course, my fellow brothers, the great class of 2021. It is my pleasure to welcome you all here to the Iona Preparatory Class of 2021 graduation. This is an extraordinary honor for me, and I'm profoundly grateful to share this moment with all of you. I think I can speak for all my classmates when I say that no graduate gets to this moment on their own. It is an amazing accomplishment, but it's also built on the sacrifices of our dear parents, our teachers, our families, our coaches, and our mentors. Let's give them our sincere thanks and gratitude. I think that ceremony helps us mark the important moments in our lives. This is one of those special and important moments, a crossroads where we look over our back and bid farewell to Act 1 of our life. But before we turn the page, before we reach out and grab the baton, before we begin Act 2, I urge you all to take this moment to reflect on our time here. This morning, I want to talk about two things that Iona taught us: hard work and faith. Do you all remember freshman orientation? I know it's probably the last thing you would want to think about today, but I actually want to begin with something that Mr. Daly told us during our orientation. In all honesty, my memory fails me, but I think it went something like this. Iona has the potential to be the most defining force in your life. The key is what you put into it. What you put into Iona is what you will get out of it. Give it your all, and Iona will give you its all. Give it your all. But for a naive and shy freshman like me, it was difficult to give it my all. Not because I did not want to, but because I thought I couldn't. Striking up a conversation, seizing an opportunity, making new friends, these were not things that came naturally to me. I felt like I would never really fit in. I was afraid. And for the first few weeks of my Iona Prep experience, I was a proud member of the infamous 241 Club. But then something changed. I made a conscious decision to finally give it my all. I took advantage of Iona's immense service opportunities, joined clubs, started a club, conducted research, and took on leadership positions. I started embracing all that Iona had to offer. Why? I realized that I was part of something larger than myself, a brotherhood. It's why I chose to come to Iona in the first place. I realized that I had a moral obligation to my Iona brothers, myself, my parents, my little brother, and to God to always give it my all. I have a confession to make. The story I just told you is not only my story, it's all of ours. It is a realization that we have all made at some point during our journey here on 255 Wilmot Road. It is what makes Iona more than just a building where we learn Shakespeare and derivatives. Iona changed me as a person. It forced me to face my fears, to be strong, to be courageous, to epitomize estote firmi. And perhaps most importantly, it is here at Iona where I build bonds of friendship that will last a lifetime. This was quite obviously not the senior year that any of us imagined nor deserved. Needless to say, we enter the world today during an extremely challenging time. And yet, as Iona has taught us, time and time again, we are not powerless in the face of these challenges. In my room, there's a small frame that sits right above my desk, and my dad put it up there when I was little. It has been there as long as I remember, and it's the first thing I see whenever I sit down to do work. It reads something like this: "Just think, you're here not by chance, but by God's choosing. His hand formed you and made you the person that you are. He compares you to no one else. You are one of a kind. You lack nothing His grace can't give you. He has allowed you to be here at this time in history to fulfill His special purpose for this generation." This is a time when many of us feel afraid, alone, and uncertain about the future. Why did this happen to us? A once-in-a-century crisis during our senior year. I think about it a little differently, or rather, I've learned to think about it a little differently. No generation has ever had more power than ours to change things for the better. The sheer pace of human discovery has equipped each of us with the tools, the potential, and the reach, like never before in history, to build a more just society, to be beacons of Christ's light, to traverse forward courageously. We're the generation that will tackle climate change and poverty. We're the generation that will bridge the gaps in our increasingly divided society. We're the generation that will defend the faith in a society increasingly hostile to it. That makes this time, our time, the best time in history to be alive. Remember, He has allowed you to be here at this moment in history to fulfill His special purpose for His generation. Some of us will become lawyers, some of us doctors, some of us teachers, others engineers, designers, architects, politicians, entrepreneurs, and all of the above. Remember what Iona taught us. Give it your all. Strive for excellence in everything that you do. I think Mother Teresa said it the best. I'm not sure exactly what heaven will look like, but I know that when we die and it comes time for God to judge us, He will not ask us, how many good things have you done in your life? Rather, He will ask, how much love did you put into what you did? Brothers, I know that we're all destined for success. But with that success, as Brother Lito has reminded us, comes even greater responsibility. I would like to finish with a verse from the Gospel of Mark that I believe sums up the greatest lesson that Iona has taught us. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Mark chapter 8, verse 36. Thank you, God bless you, and live Jesus in our hearts forever.